What's up? It's Bree with Emo Nite LA and Third String, and you're watching Digging In with Tyler.
What's up, Bree?
What's up?
What's up, dog? Repping your merch. This is sick. Thanks for giving me this shirt. Well, you didn't give it to me. I bought it.
You bought it, yeah.
It's a pretty nice shirt.
It's my favorite so far.
Anybody else have it?
I'm sure a few people. We just started selling it at our last Emo Night, so.
I don't want it. I don't want to be the only one who has it. You should write numbers on each one. This is like number 1, first one out. But Emo Nite, when was the last one? Was just a couple weeks ago, yeah?
Yeah, December 20th.
December 20th, and then you had one was it out of town?
Yes. Oh my gosh, they just like all run together now. The weekend before, the 13th, we were in St. Louis.
Okay. Mm-hmm. St. Louis, pretty good market.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorites.
So how do you guys, I guess, branch out as Emo Nite? Because Austin, from what I understand, took over the Midwest market.
He did, yes.
So is he responsible, or I guess you guys, you're a part of it. Are you guys responsible for reaching out to those venues to plan that, or did California have a say in what cities to go to? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. It's kind of all like on him before I even became a part of it. Like a lot of it is like he does most of that. I shouldn't even say most of it. He does all of it. So he does the negotiations with the venues, like the dates, like whatever dates are available. And then we get with like the Emo Nite LA people, obviously, to like confirm these things and like confirm guests and things like that. So
pretty big deal.
It's a pretty big deal.
So when did you join the Emo Nite crew?
Like officially just this past summer.
Okay.
I've been friends with Austin. Like we actually just became like really close friends over like the last like year and a half. I just went to them just like as a friend hanging out. And then little by little I just kind of started helping like with the setup and like things like that. And then it was over the summer that he was able to have somebody like added on to like official the crew, and so
kind of just like
nudged
your way in.
Yeah, I was like, because I started doing a lot of traveling just because like I'm able to with my day job. Like I'm really flexible, so I just started doing that, and so now it's become a regular thing.
Seems so fun.
It's a blast.
And Emo Nite, I think it's brought a lot of people who don't necessarily go to like hardcore shows. I know that's kind of where we familiarize ourselves. It brings a lot of, not to say it in a mean way, but like outsiders in to our scene. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I've seen even my friends who I would have never seen at a show, never seen at the waiting room, never seen at Lookout. Granted, it's not a Lookout, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
I would never see them at these venues coming to this. So what do you think it is about Emo Nite that attracts those, I guess, casual showgoers?
Honestly, it's a big community, which is crazy because like a lot of these people started off not knowing each other. Like, I mean, I didn't know any of them, really. But it's just everybody there for the same reason, the nostalgia, the socializing, things like that. So it's just its own community, which is, so you don't usually see that crowd like at other shows, but it's like its own thing. So it's, I don't know.
People get so hyped for them.
So hyped. Yeah. It's a big deal.
So you said you joined in the summer. Mm-hmm. What progress have you seen from the summer to now? I mean, 6 months. Probably had how many Emo Nites since then?
Oh my gosh, so many. Probably like 20, between 20 and 30 maybe. Quite a few.
Holy shit.
A lot. Yeah. It was for a while, it was like every single weekend we were doing one.
Just in different places? Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Yep.
Nuts. I can't imagine. Party every weekend.
Yeah.
Back when I was like 17, hosting parties in my house, except it's in somebody else's house now.
Yeah, there was a while, and then we had like, I don't know, like a 3 or 4 week break. It was crazy. It was like we didn't really like know what to do with ourselves.
What am I doing today?
What am I doing? But what we're trying to do in 2020 is like, obviously like we'll still do them pretty frequently like throughout the Midwest, but we want to try and do like back to back. So like a Friday in one city, Saturday in another
that'd be
city.
Nice.
So, and then, have like a 2 week break before we do another one.
Sure.
So that way it's not every single weekend.
Seems convenient.
Yeah.
And then you have that nice Sunday rest.
Yeah.
In a different city, maybe.
Yeah, we definitely need a break sometimes. So.
Yeah, I've noticed they've gotten more and more frequent. I guess I was not aware of Emo Nite itself until, like you said, about 6 months ago. And then now I just see Austin sharing. It's like so often. And then Anthony is taking pictures of it, so I see it on Snapchat. I see it on Facebook. Yep. It's like you cannot get away from Emo Nite.
Yeah, it's so funny that you say that, because I say that all the time. Just like I'll just like go places and like see people with like Emo Nite merch, or just like the music we play. I hear it out in public. I'm like, I can't escape it.
Yeah,
like, it's just the thing.
I used to work in retail, and I actually just went to Shoe Carnival earlier today, and the same old music has played at Shoe Carnival for like the past 10 years. They'll update like 2 songs, but other than that, it's just the same old. So I call them like Shoe Carnival songs. Yeah. So you call them Emo Nite songs.
Yeah.
Are there any songs on the playlist that you aren't big on, or that you feel like?
Yeah, I can name a couple. Yeah. We always like to like play like one slow song like after we've had a bunch of bangers. It's always Miserable at Best by Mayday Parade.
Okay.
Love that band so much, but that song kills me. It's just so long. I'm like, all right, we get it. Like,
just get done.
Let's get done with it.
Back to the party.
Yeah, that one I could do without. There's another one I always complain when we play it. It's a Day to Remember cover.
Oh.
The Fray, their Fray cover. No.
You know what? I was actually thinking about this conversation we're going to have earlier today, and I'm like, bands that I've never really gotten on board with, a Day to Remember. Never been big on them.
Yeah. I mean, there's just no consistency there, and like their new music, I mean, I'll just say it. I think it's trash.
You can say whatever you want.
I don't like it. I try to give it a chance because I'm like, gosh, I'm like, I love them so much. How can I like not care for them at all anymore? But it's just like, it's just so different.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I like one song off the Bad Vibrations album, and it's Paranoia, only because it's fun to play on drums. And then I like I'm Made of Wax, Larry. What are you made of?
Heck yeah.
Second sucks. I could go either way on that.
Yeah.
It's just so like, it's almost cliche. I don't know how to explain it. And then, I don't even know. That's only 3. Okay, I like 3 songs.
3 songs out of how many albums?
3 songs out of 3 albums. I got variety.
Yeah, there you go. I think their first 2 albums is like kind of like after maybe their third. It's like where I stop.
Isn't that weird? I've had this conversation many of times. Like, you'll have your EP. People don't know about this band when they have an EP. First album, for example, like Moths of Flames, huge off their first album. Second album, pretty good. What's their third album?
Right.
Name a song off the But then they have like this resurgence, so it'll be like first album, second album, third album, nobody knows about them anymore, and then like fourth album. And it gets back to good and they start touring again.
Right.
Like, for example, The Word Alive, you know them?
I do.
They are the third act on this newest tour with Falling in Reverse
Escape the Fate.
and Escape the Fate.
Yep.
They're third!
Third.
That is nuts. Nuts.
That's funny that you brought that show up. I'm actually going to their St. Louis show.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm actually pretty excited about it. I'm not gonna lie.
Cringe.
It's only because the album that Falling in Reverse is touring, it's the only album I ever listened to from them, and it's still just like slaps.
Yeah.
I still listen to it pretty regularly.
Girls. I remember when they first came out. There's a couple good songs off their first album, and then I can remember watching a whole bunch of YouTube clips about Ronnie Radke and him getting booed off stage and people throwing shit at him. He just doesn't have a good reputation.
No, he's not someone I'd want to like know.
Yeah, well, the same goes for like Johnny Craig. Him and Johnny Craig.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Both. I don't know how they do it. They still like generate fans, but they're both bad people.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's crazy because I don't think it was the last Warped Tour, but the year before maybe. Falling in Reverse played one of like the big stages there. They had the biggest crowd of the whole thing.
Why?
I was like, that's nuts to me. Like, what?
A bunch of 14-year-old girls. Yikes.
Yeah, blew my mind. I was like, I didn't think they were like still big.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. Like Miss May I still draws a crowd. Granted, they've been along for a long time, or they've been around for a long time. they can still draw a crowd. Secrets can't draw a crowd.
No.
In Omaha, especially.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is, like, when you kick out a majority of your members, I don't think your band name should be the same.
I agree. I've had this conversation with so many people about, like, local bands. I'm like, just change it.
Yeah.
Just change it.
Well, like, What Was Me? When they got to the very end, it was just, like, one original member out of 7 people. It's a different band.
Right. Like, just change your name. Just start over.
I would feel weird singing somebody else's song.
That's what gets me with bands like that. When they just, like, act like they never change their vocalist. Like, it's not the same. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, even, like, for example, What Was Me, when Tyler Carter and Michael Bone both left, that's the band.
Yeah.
Nobody knows the guitarist, nobody knows the bassist, and the drummer always pushes his drum set forward because he's the center of attention. That guy especially, he's so bad. Well, I mean, he's a great drummer, but I mean, it's just like egomaniac.
Yeah.
Woe is me.
Woe is me.
What a way to wrap it up. Woe is me. But one band I could really get behind right now, you ready for this? System of a Down. I love
System of a Down.
Yeah?
Yeah.
System of a Down's so good.
So good.
You know what's funny? You know Logan Hoffman? Mm-hmm. So he's the one who actually got me into System of a Down. Like, when I was growing up, I didn't ever listen. I mean, I knew, like, 2 songs. I knew BYOB, and I knew, what's the other big one that they have? Chop Suey. Yeah. Yep. I knew those 2. But not until, like, 2 years ago, Logan's like, let's listen to some System of a Down. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. And then I got a drum set, and I'm like, maybe I could play some System of a Down. And now out of my top 100 songs for 2019, it's like 15 of them. I listen to them so regularly.
They're good. It's crazy because, like, my older sister, like, if you knew her, you would never think it now. But she's actually the one who, like, was super into them back in the day. And, like, that's how I got into them because I just kind of copied everything she did.
Yeah.
And then I just, like, ended up genuinely liking them. And, like, even today, I'm like, heck yeah. Like, that's one of those bands. It's just, like, so good.
That's such a smooth transition because I was going to ask you how you got into, I guess, heavier music. So for me, like my brother, I would borrow his iPod and go skateboarding. And I can always visualize one time where I started listening to, I guess, the heavier stuff. It's walking back from TJ, my school. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know.
Yep.
from Council Bluffs. Or I guess you live in Council Bluffs. You know what it is. I was walking down, 22nd and B or C? Mm-hmm. And I can remember hearing Reptar, King of the Ozone by Del Wears Prada.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's just one of those moments because I think after that it's just head on. And then Sebastian and I would, like, battle. We'd try to find a band that was better than that band that was better than that band. I always won.
Gosh, Del Wears Prada, that's actually, like, one of those bands. That was, like, one of the first, like, really heavy bands that I loved. Like, my younger sister and I were, like, always the ones that were, like, looking for new music. And, like, thank God for MySpace because that's where I found most of it. There and, like, Pure Volume. Like, those were my things. And, like, Del Wears Prada and, like, Under Oath. Like, all day long.
See, that's another band. Under Oath, I didn't get into until my friend Jeff showed me, like, another, like, 2 or 3 years ago. Never was big into them. Now I could listen to them all day.
Yeah. Super good. But do you like old Under Oath or like?
I mean, name an old song.
I mean, like, I just want to know your thoughts on the new album.
Oh, I haven't listened to the new album.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
So I like the old stuff. If that's what you're getting
at.
Old
stuff's good. Yeah.
My favorite song is. Dang it! All I'm thinking of is Down Set Go, but that's not the one.
Gosh, I know when I hear them. I'll be honest. I'm really bad with song titles.
See, usually I'm the opposite. Usually I can just, like, nail it.
I hear I'm like, yeah, this is the one.
God, this is going to drive me nuts because it's my favorite Under Oath song. I can hear the chorus. Actually, I'm hearing The Sun Still Sleeps in my head right now. You know that one? Mm-hmm. That chorus is stuck in my head. Aaron Gillespie's got an angelic voice.
He does.
And does he still play in the Almost?
He does. They're actually going on tour. Well, they're on tour.
Yeah.
Right now. Yep.
How nuts is that? He plays for Under Oath, the Almost, and then he used to play drums in Paramore.
Yeah.
He toured with him.
That one blows my mind. I'm like, what? Like,
they're like Haley Williams and Aaron Gillespie know each other.
Right.
It's such a
like in what world?
Yeah, it's such a melding of scenes.
Yeah.
God, Paramore used to be so good. I don't like their stuff now.
No. Oh, I love it.
Remember what I said about Rue 21 music?
You think
That's what they are.
is.
They are Rue 21 music right now.
It's like, have you seen that meme where it's like a picture of Vans and it's like their checker and like yellow, pink, and it's like, I didn't know, like something about like Paramore being a shoe or something.
Oh, because of her hair?
And that's literally, it's like, it makes me think of it like their newest album because it's like very like retro, like kind of 80s almost, but like that's like what I like about it.
I mean, that's what bands do nowadays. Bands, so we used to call it selling out. Like Bring Me the Horizon, heavy, got a little bit lighter, got a little bit lighter. Now they're pop, right?
Yeah.
And then bands like The Word Alive followed that trend. Heavy, heavy, heavy. And then, what's the guy's name? Telly starts to sing. More singing, more singing.
Right.
Just bands started to follow that trend. And if you made it, you made it. But Bring Me the Horizon's done it the best. And they had such a big following to begin with. And then they just make good shit. I can't hate them.
I don't hate them. That's one of those bands that I've like from the very beginning. I'm like, yeah, I like them. Although that little surprise EP thing that they dropped, not a fan.
When was that?
Oh gosh, like a week ago maybe.
I was gonna say it was a surprise because I didn't know it.
Yeah, it was like a week ago. I like read about it literally the day before, and I was like, oh cool. And then it came out, and like first of all, every single song is long, and I think maybe the shortest one was like 7-8 minutes long, like super long songs. And it's just like, I don't know, I just can't get into it. Like maybe if like I gave it another chance, but I feel like it wasn't meant to be like super big. I don't know. It's just like,
just to put music out.
Yeah.
See, when I was watching that video with Charlie Puth the other day, or actually yesterday, I was here yesterday, and he talked about how he just put out 3 songs for the fans. He's not going to put them on his album. Just singles. I wonder if hardcore bands would get bigger if they just pushed like one single at a time, got it really big, and didn't put it on albums.
I could see that. That's kind of genius. Like, I like that.
It's like, this is all you know me for, is just this one song.
Right.
You can't judge the album if you only know this one song.
Right, yeah.
Oh, sounds so fun. I wish I was in a band sometimes, but I'm no good.
Have you ever been in a band?
What do you think?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. No, I've never been.
I was like, am I wrong?
No, what do you think I would play?
Drums.
Dang it. Yeah, I gave it away. I don't think I'd be good enough yet to be a drummer. I think if anything, I would play probably solid triangle.
Okay, fair.
You ever seen a triangle in a hardcore band? Probably not.
Could be the first.
I could be.
Like cowbell or something.
How nuts would that be? I feel like Upon a Burning Body would have a cowbell.
I could see that.
They're from Texas.
That could be you.
Hey, Upon a Burning Body, do you guys need a cowbell player? Because I'll be the first. It's almost like bands in 2010, 2011 having keyboardists, and all they had was that like one part.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they just do this a little bit, and then every other time it's just like headbanging. Well, Make Them Suffer does that now. Sorry, Buka.
Under Oath.
Under Oath, yeah.
He's like my favorite in that band to watch live though, because he's just like getting it, and he's just standing there and like just low keyboard like.
Oh, he's bored.
It just cracks me up.
Oh, poor guy. Where's it a girl?
No,
That's probably a guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Born of Osiris has the most nuts keyboardist I've ever seen live. I seen him at the Halloween show. It was Sumerian's 10-year tour, and it was with Asking Alexandria, After the Burial, and this band called Bad Omens. Mm-hmm. And they played on Halloween, and the keyboardist dressed up. He had he tied his shirt up and put apples in his shirt to represent boobs, and he had like really high shorts on, and he was lit the whole time. Like, I could not take my eyes off the keyboardist. Never have I ever said that. I could not keep my eyes off the keyboardist. Plus he screams, plus he sings, and he's a fucking badass.
That's funny.
I could watch that band all day.
I don't think I've ever seen them live.
Podcast done. No.
Sorry.
Yeah, Boo is
I'll
good.
see my way out.
Boo is great. Who's the, okay, who would you say is the best band you've ever seen live?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
It's a very tough question.
I just feel like it's hard to compare, like, because I feel like it depends on like the venue, like in like an arena show or like, you know, like a smaller venue show. To 21 Pilots is probably one of my favorite bands I've seen live.
Okay.
You know, whatever.
Okay.
But probably Radiohead. That's probably my
Radiohead.
favorite band I've ever seen live. It was phenomenal beginning to end.
Did you see him here in Omaha?
No, Kansas City.
Okay. Radiohead. I would have never guessed that.
Might be the only time I get to see him. I was like, I have to go.
See, I don't know if I would ever... I take that back. Because I have seen older bands. I don't know if I'd see a band like Iron Maiden now. Because I almost feel like it's not back when they were big. But I did see Garth Brooks live, and it was amazing.
Really?
And I don't like country music.
Okay.
But Garth Brooks live, something else. And when he played Omaha, he played 7 shows between Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, wow.
So Omaha loves some Garth Brooks, apparently.
Apparently. I mean, I don't think that really surprises me.
See, as far as how I would grade shows or how I would categorize them, like crowd control would be one. Beartooth is probably the best at controlling a crowd. Beartooth and who's the other one I was thinking of? Like Mazda Flames, great at controlling a crowd. As far as performance, Texas in July, their bassist goes absolutely nuts. Ben Witowski or whatever the fuck his last name is.
Gosh, I missed that band.
Oh, so good.
they were one of my favorites.
That's one of those bands that me and Sebastian we'd fight over. He would find some band, I'd be like, well, Texas in July is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Wait, do you know my brother? Sebastian?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, good.
Good.
You don't want to know him? No, so Sebastian's a little bit older. What? Year, month, and 12 days, to be exact. But we kind of grew up in, obviously, the same household. And it used to just be us for hours and hours just looking at music video. When music videos were still things.
Yep.
Now, there's no point. Well, I think music videos cost so much.
Oh, yeah.
Well, who was it? Eddie Dietz was talking to me about how he wanted to do a video for his band, and he hit up some videographer from some other country, and he's like, yeah, it'll cost you $15,000.
Wow.
15 grand for a freaking music video?
I mean, they could definitely do it for less than that, but yeah, that's crazy.
And I don't even know if that's a good price. That's just the price he said.
Wow, yeah.
And for a local band, that'd be tough.
Right. Yeah.
It's like 3 years worth of savings if you're good at saving.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. No, that's super funny. So I was listening to this podcast, and one of the things he's like ranting about was like music videos, how they like have so many views, and he was like, who is that? Who's even watching these? And like it made me think of when my younger sister and I were kids, like that was our life.
Right.
Like YouTube videos, like we made playlists, like
I'm trying to think of like some old music videos I used to watch. Actually, oh my god. This is nostalgia. I can remember when I was like 5th or 6th grade, and on MTV I would always have that on when I went to sleep, and the first song I'd always wake up to, without a doubt, was Crazy in Love with Jay-Z and Beyonce. It was always at like 6:10. Always wake up to that shit. That music video I could see in my head right now. It's burned. Because MTV used to just play the same shit. It's kind of like radio now. I had to sit through... Well, I didn't have to. It was either no music or radio in my Amazon van because my Bluetooth wasn't connecting. I heard Lizzo between 3 stations probably 25 times within an 8-hour span. So bad. I'm not even a fan of Lizzo, so it makes it even worse.
Yeah. No, I hate the radio so much, but like I'll do the same thing if I'm in the same situation. I'm like, well, I'd rather just like see what's on, and I will literally just like sit there like going through all the stations. And I'm like, nothing good is on. Like, oh my gosh.
I'd rather you'd almost listen to commercials over.
Yeah.
Well, 89.7 is just butt rock. 92.3 is classics. So they're gonna play Journey. They're gonna play AC/DC.
Yep.
Heard them all. 94.1, 96.1 playing the same shit. 106.9. Throws in a whole bunch of stuff that gets bleeped out because they can't use half the words. So it's just like, what up, boot, da up, boot.
Yeah.
105.9 plays Christmas music. Stop. 104.5 Christmas music. Stop. I hate Christmas music, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
I'm like the Grinch of Christmas music.
I am too. I'm the whole holiday, actually. I don't care for Christmas whatsoever.
Ooh, you're going to offend so many people.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't like...
Not my thing.
Ooh, she doesn't like Christmas. Ooh.
I don't.
I hope people come up to you at Emo Nite and they're like, you know, I used to be a fan of you, but you don't like
Not
Christmas.
anymore.
But you hate Christmas, so like...
Yeah, I do.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
That's what people say. I just had this same conversation with my sister. She was like, "It's a Christmas movie," and I was like, "What makes it a Christmas movie?" And she was like, "It takes place on Christmas," and was just like going on and on. I was like, "I can't really argue. I've never seen it, so
Garbage.
I do like The Grinch though. It's
like
a
the Jim
Christmas
Carrey
movie,
version?
but I love it. Yeah, I can watch that like out of season.
I like the part where he's in the cave and he's like, I'm an idiot. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
It's the best part of the movie. We actually watched that on Christmas.
I did too.
I've had this... Okay, I think about conversations that I'm going to have with people before they happen. Mm-hmm. And one that I always have in mind is... Have you ever thought about if you were the only person to ever play said song in your model and make of car?
No, I guess that's never crossed my mind.
I have that thought all the time. I'm like, I bet you nobody's ever listened to Superior Moving Forward, my 2017 cross track. Like, I don't know why, but I just feel like I'm the fucking man. I'm the only person who's ever done it. But if you believe in the definition of infinity, it's been done, and it's still being done.
I don't know. Makes you think, I guess. I feel like nobody ever has listened to the variety of music I listen to in my car.
What's on... Do you have Spotify?
I do.
Okay, so you got your year in review, your 2019. Is it bad or good?
It's good.
Yeah?
But I'm just like, gosh, like, this is who I am.
Mine is so bad. It's like, so that girl I showed you, Sigrid, System of a Down, Eat Me While I'm Hot, which is Christopher Drew's band,
Yep.
and then a whole bunch of different like hardcore layered in. But it's so bad when I'm trying to listen to it at Amazon because I'm like, I need something up tempo, and then it'll be Sigrid, and she's singing the song Dynamite. It's just a slow piano song, and I'm like, not right now. Like I appreciate the song every time, but right now, like please. Play something with blast beats and 2 steps. Please play For Today right now. Well, I guess For Today is only 2 steps.
For Today.
I miss For Today.
That was my favorite band. I even got a tattoo of one of their shirt logos. I was like...
What is it?
This one right here.
Oh, For Today.
Yeah. Saw them at one of their last shows ever. I was like, bittersweet.
Did you go to Sioux City?
I went to a few. I went to one in Lawrence, and then... one in Lincoln, and one somewhere else.
All on the same tour? Mm-hmm. Dang, devoted.
Yep.
Like, hey, I'm from Omaha. I came to your last show, but I'm here. So, like, copy me some merch or something. What do you think bands do with all that extra merch?
Well, them, for example, they actually were just, like, blowing it all out over just this past, like, month.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang, should have had them on Facebook or something.
Instagram.
Oh, Insta.
Yeah.
See, there's a mistake. I should have known. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Like Texas in July, I hope they still have a whole bunch of merch. They need to come back.
They were a good band. They're another one. I saw them on their last tour. At frickin' Vaudeville Muse in Des Moines. So good.
What's the most embarrassing show moment that's ever happened to you? Granted, I don't want to say this. You've never been in a band, right?
No.
Okay, just want to make sure.
No.
So as an audience member, what's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you?
That's ever happened to me at a show? I mean, I've cried at shows.
Keith Stanton cries at shows.
I cried.
Did you cry to Movements?
No, that was such a good show, though. I cried at a Lady Gaga concert. I was like, if she plays this song, I'm gonna cry.
What
she
song
starts
is it?
playing it. Oh my god, what song was it? It was off of her was off of her last album, her most recent album, Joanne or whatever it's called. Oh, it's gonna bug me now. It's gonna bug me. Told you I was bad at song titles.
So many good songs though.
But it was one off of that album. It was that tour. So she was doing primarily those songs. But yeah, I was like, if she plays it, I'm gonna cry.
And it was like,
she did. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, yeah, it was so good. But yeah, I was embarrassed because like everybody around me was just like looking at me like I was a freak.
People used to look at me weird because I used to rock a Lady Gaga shirt. It was when Born This Way came out. Granted, I wasn't a huge fan of the song, but it was the only shirt in Hot Topic I could find that said Born This Way. Or the only Lady Gaga one. So I had that shirt for a long time. And then my Tinder bio for the longest time used to say something like, not ashamed to like Lady Gaga or some bullshit like that. I fucking love some Lady Gaga. Kesha, same. Okay, I take that back. Early Kesha.
Okay, that's better.
Dinasa, you are a dinosaur.
I had to like explain that song to someone when it came out because they're like, I don't get it. And I was like, the end of it, I'm like, you are a dinosaur. Like, she's spelling dinosaur.
Explaining an old man that's trying to hit on her. Duh.
I'm like, hello. I tried listening. She had like some single come out like, I don't know.
Was it Praying? Oh,
no, it was after that album. That album was okay, but it was a new single. I think it was like 2 months ago, like November or something. And I just could not get into it. Like it's almost like she's like trying to like retrace back to like old Kesha, but it just is not working.
You can't dig it back up.
No,
it's gone.
Can't. Like that's classic. Like
it's untouchable. Like, leave it. You got to move on past that.
Right.
That's like when bands say, we're going to go back to our roots and we're going to play this. It's not the same. It's not. Because you went away from it. Mm-hmm. And now you're trying to play the stuff that you were playing. And it's just doesn't make any sense anymore.
Right.
And it makes me cry because like old For Today, way better than new For Today. Mm-hmm. You're the same way? You like it better? I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I liked all of it. Like there was like songs off of every single album. I'm like, I love this. But yeah, their old stuff was my favorite.
For Today. I listen to so many songs a day. Fatherless was one. It's one of their newest ones. Dirty two-step in there. Mm-hmm. Dirty two-step. It just makes you want to move. There's something about that band that's just special.
Yeah. It's too bad.
Can we cry?
I probably could right now, like honestly.
For Today, I'm back. Somebody.
But back to that question. What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you?
Oh, you got something?
No, it's
to me?
To you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I've told this before, but Either Breather played their last show, or one of their last shows. They're playing around here. They're playing at Lookout, and stupid me sits up in the front row. I've never listened to Either Breather in my life. Mm-hmm. I sit in the front row. What do you think happens?
They gave you the mic.
There's a picture.
Oh, no.
Somebody took a picture of me. The guy is holding my head, and he's got the mic in my face. I don't know shit. So I didn't do anything. It's just like, no, I'm good. I don't know the lyrics. So embarrassing because now I like Either Breather a lot.
You're like, give me another chance.
Yeah. Come back. Found him too late. I don't know. That's such a rookie move, though. Like, why would I go sit in the front row at a band I've never seen before? Mm-hmm. What did I expect?
Right.
But if you give me some other band, like name another big band. Like if you give me Devil Wears Prada old stuff, know it. Amir old stuff, know it. Mm-hmm. Fit for a King, know it.
Ugh, Fit for a King, another one of my favorites.
Ah, so good.
So good.
You like their new stuff?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it.
It's a lot more like emotional. I don't know. It kind of like grabs me more than the old stuff. I don't know how to explain it. Like the intro. Something about it that gets me. But I mean, they've always been good. Mm-hmm. I still listen to old stuff.
Oh, yeah. I prefer their old stuff, but yeah, their new stuff's good.
Has there ever been a band where you're like, yeah, I really enjoyed the new stuff compared to the old stuff?
Yeah, no, probably not.
There's never.
No.
There's something about nostalgia that's tied to that music where you can't be like, yeah, 2013's not as good as 2019. Mm-hmm. It's almost like, I wonder if the producing of it has gotten so good to where it doesn't feel humanized anymore. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Where it doesn't feel like it wasn't recorded with passion. I don't know if that makes sense at all.
No, it does. Like, I mean, like, I don't know, like, a lot about that kind of stuff, but, like, that's something, like, that I listen for as, like, sound quality.
Yeah.
In it. Or, like, what, like, instrument, like, really grabs me in a song. Like, things like that. It makes sense.
See, I used to watch, like, recording vlogs.
Mm-hmm.
The Word Alive used to put out a whole bunch of, when they were recording video or recording their album, they put together 5 pieces. So it'd be like drums, guitar, bass, vocals, keyboards.
Mm-hmm.
And they put that out in 10-minute segments. And I'd watch that shit. I'd eat that up. Same with Miss May I. All those old bands would do it. And now you don't see that anymore. You don't see any, like, recording vlogs.
Yeah, you really don't. Mm-mm. Like tour logs, but yeah, not.
I think the
like
game's just
recording.
changed a bunch, which is a bummer. Go back to 2009 for the sake
all
of
the way back.
for the sake of everything. Go back to 2009. Bring back Chiodos. I'd love to see them. I never got to see those guys.
I didn't either, actually.
What band would you like to bring back? If 2020 resolution. You
Bring back.
You gotta bring back 3 bands.
Okay, well, one's already happened. My Chemical Romance is back together. It's my favorite band ever.
Okay.
Gosh, who else? Metro Station, which I've heard they are getting back together.
Dang.
I'd love to see them just once, like just one more time. They were like one of my very first concerts. Gosh, 3.
This one's hard because you're gonna have to cancel out a whole bunch of bands for this last band.
I mean, it's completely unrealistic, but for today, I would love to see that band get back together.
Okay, if For Today came back with a different vocalist.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's a
Doesn't count.
Yeah, it's a totally different ballgame.
Yeah. I mean, they did, like, I know he's not the original vocalist, but I mean, like, he was
Everybody
their
knows
vocalist for
Maddie.
how long?
Everybody
like,
knows Maddie.
Like, it wouldn't be the same.
Could you imagine if he swapped? So, like, in the NFL, people trade so regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine doing that with bands. So, you put Matty Montgomery in a band like, imagine him in a band like Abandon All Ships.
That'd be weird. That band. Oh my god.
But then you have Craig Owens in a band like Fit for a King.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't. But it'd be so fun. It'd be so fun to hear them, like, try. Or if you put Tom from Chelsea Grin, formerly Lorna Shore vocalist, if you put him in a band, let's say a super light band, let's just say that band Holding Absence that I showed you, it just, ugh.
It doesn't work.
Ugh. You almost have to stick with that, like, original vocalist. It's always weird when a new vocalist comes in. Because you don't know whether you're going to like him or hate him.
Right.
And you kind of want to hate him because you're like, you're not.
Right. It's not the same.
You're not him. You're never going to be him. And then they're kind of good and you're like, okay, I kind of like him. Like Crown the Empire is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Were you big on Crown the Empire when they came out?
Not so much. Like, they're okay, but I wasn't super big on them.
So they started with Andy, which is the singer, as the vocalist, and then they brought in Dave. And Dave, like, put it together. You know what I'm saying? Put it together. And then they kicked him out after a couple albums. And then they kind of roasted him. They're like, well, he never wrote anything anyways. We kind of had to give him all the lyrics. And they kind of outed him.
Yeah.
That's so shitty.
Yeah. Kick him while he's down.
Yeah, you kick him out of a band, then you're like, oh, he didn't really do anything anyways. So bad.
Jeez.
All right, if I was to bring back 3 bands, easy. Texas in July.
Yes.
Adalia. Have you ever heard of Adalia?
Yes.
I didn't get into them. I'll tell the story after. Okay, Texas in July, Adalia. Ooh, this one's tough. I gotta think of bands that are broken up.
Right? It makes you think.
I don't know. This one, it's hard. Fuck it, Chiodos. Bring back OG Chiodos, not the bullshit lineup that they put together in 2016 when they had the Fall of Troy guitarists and a whole bunch of other, like, fill-in members. Give me, like, the original. Or you can do Woe's Me. I'd like to see Woe's Me.
Woe's Me would be a good one.
The old Woe's Me.
Yeah, Woe's Me. Yeah.
Old shit. Okay, so what was I saying? Texas in July. Adalia. Oh, how I found Adalia. I didn't find them until they broke up.
Okay.
my friend Jeff had a whole bunch of CDs that were given to him. And I had just gotten a car at that time, and he's like, well, do you need some CDs? Or I think I was going through his, I was in the passenger seat going through his little thing.
A little visor thing.
Yeah. And I'm like, Adalia, never heard of him. That album, Break or Bleed, rips to this day. To this day. I will still listen to it adamantly. I will tell people that's one of the only albums I can listen to front to back. Mm-hmm. Along with what is it? Devil Wears Prada? Roots Above, Branches Below.
Yes.
Those are two albums I can listen to front to back. And for a band from Florida that not a lot of people know about, to be compared to Devil Wears Prada, Roots Above, Branches Below, I'm singing the praises. It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
They're so good. And then they had that reunion show back in December of last year, and they finally put it to rest.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
Especially since you found out about them. So
I know. I found out about them in like 2017. Devin Price is the one who told me. I remember talking to him at a show or something. I'm like, you ever heard of Adalia? And he goes, yeah, they're done. And I go, what? What do you mean they're done? He's, yeah, they've been broken up for a little bit. I'm like, I just found him though. Like, I got to see him now.
Right.
I contemplated on going to Florida to go see their final show, but obviously expenses and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And then there's a whole bunch of locals, and I'm not sure if I'm going to like the locals. Got Adalia. Rip. Are you going to go to My Chemical Romance if they come by? You have to.
100%. Yeah,
I mean,
I honestly, the day that their tickets for their LA show went on sale, I hopped in that line so quick. I was like, I will pay to go see them. I don't care. But it sold out while I was waiting in line. So.
Have you seen the videos of it?
Yes.
Are they good?
Oh, yeah. Super good. Yeah. All the Emo Nite LA people went.
Oh.
Like, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I'm so jealous.
One time where it'd be a good idea to be in LA.
Yeah. I had just been there, too. I was like, why couldn't this have been the weekend I was here?
Yeah. I was going to ask you, how was it going to LA?
It was incredible. Like, incredible.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was way more than I could have, like, expected.
Food? Good?
I didn't eat any of the food, actually.
What'd you
I
eat?
was really bummed that I didn't. Well, I guess at the event.
Oh,
While we were
I
there all together, I had some of the best vegan food. But I missed out. They had burgers. I think the place was called Love Hour. And everyone was eating, like, before the doors even opened. I was like, no, I'm not hungry. I'll just eat later. Never did. I was super disappointed. But I did go to a couple good burger places. I went to a really good brunch place. So, yeah, food there was great.
So you are vegan?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
See, I used to try and at least eat vegan for like 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it's not going full vegan, but I always thought it's kind of a healthy alternative. It's nice to kind of branch out for a little bit. Mm-hmm. It's fun. Vegan, I guess eating vegan for a little bit's fun. It just feels clean.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, I always like have this conversation with my family. So I'm like, there's just like a misconception. I'm like, there's an alternative for everything. Like, I would never push it on anybody, but like, I'm like, I'm eating no different than you guys. Like, it's just, an alternative.
Right.
Like, yeah. I mean, it can be healthy, obviously. Like, but it's just like any ordinary food. Like, it can be healthy if you like portion control and like it's not fried and like things like that.
Guilty pleasures.
Like, I mean, I still indulge sometimes, but yeah.
What's like your go-to vegan? Like if you're just trying to stress eat, and you're like, I'm just really hungry.
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese?
Mm-hmm.
Solid choice.
I'll make like 3 at a time sometimes if I'm like starving. I'm like, this is it. That's like what I make best.
Grilled cheese. I used to hang out with this kid, Matt, and his sister used to make grilled cheese, and she'd burn it all the time. So the house always smelled like burnt grilled cheese, and it was always gross.
A terrible smell.
It is. Burnt bread.
Actually did that, like, this wasn't actually that long ago. It was like maybe a month ago. And I guess the stove was just hotter than I thought it was, and it just cooked a little bit faster than I thought it would. Completely black. And I, like, was super bummed because, like, it was all the bread I had left. And, like, I was super sick, so I didn't want to, like, go get more. And I was like, I guess I'll eat it. It was awful.
Burnt grilled cheese sounds like an indie band.
Burnt grilled cheese.
I'd go see...
Band name.
I would go see Burnt Grilled Cheese.
Yeah, I would.
Just sounds awesome. Burnt Grilled Cheese. Spoiled Milk. Sounds like another indie band.
Spoiled Milk.
You
I'm
could
surprised that's like not a name
right
for a band.
Man, I could just riff. I could just keep going. What other shit can I come up with? Give me a food and I'll do it. Rotten Tomatoes. That's a book. Can't do that one. Anyhow, back to other conversation. L.A.
LA. Yeah, it was incredible. I'd never been, so.
I don't think a lot of people from the Midwest have ever been to L.A.
No, it was, I don't know, it was just super nice. Like, the weather was nice, like, the food was great. Like, there's just so much to see. Like,
See any celebrities?
at Emo Nite.
Yeah?
Yeah. Machine Gun Kelly was there.
For real?
Travis Barker was there.
Damn.
Goody Grace was there. Phoebe Bridgers. Tyler Posey, his band played.
Tyler Posey. That
He
name sounds
was
familiar.
on Teen Wolf.
Okay.
Yeah. The vocalist of Lovely the Band was there. Tana Mongeau was there. I think I said her last name right. I don't know. She's like a big
Yeah,
YouTube
I was going to say,
star.
I don't know her, but that sounds like a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of stars.
My son was there. Like,
Damn.
tons of people. It like blew my mind. I was like, these people just like come here like
Yeah.
regularly. Like, it's crazy.
I was listening to Joe Rogan and Anthony Jeselnik, and they're talking about how Jimmy Fallon goes to like little dive bars.
Mm-hmm.
He's done with the show. He'll go to little tiny bars, just mingle with the people. He's a people person.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when you're big like that, you either have one choice: be a homebody, or you go to little places like that.
Right.
I'd be the person who goes to little places like that.
So would I. Like,
I just like
there's
mingling.
Yeah, like I think that says a lot about people like that. Like, I would do that. Like, I wouldn't want to like stay hidden.
Yeah, that's kind of what Emo Nite is. Mingle with the people.
Oh yeah, I met an insane amount of people this last year. It's crazy.
Yeah, and you guys keep selling out.
Yeah.
Waiting room.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Austin said he couldn't tell. He couldn't say what the cap is. I don't know why.
I couldn't even tell you offhand. I'm not sure.
500 maybe? I know it gets packed in there
Maybe.
because of pictures. I see pictures all the time.
Oh yeah.
It gets packed. When's the next one?
Valentine's Day.
Can I go?
Yeah. Absolutely. Come get sad with us.
Come. I don't know. Come get sad. I want to have a party. Valentine's Day.
No, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun things planned. So.
Do you have the guest?
I can't tell you.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Not yet.
That's fair. But you have a guest online.
Yes.
February.
It won't be released for 3 weeks, so.
Dun dun dun. February 14th. What day is that?
It's a Friday.
It's my birthday.
Convenient.
Oh.
Deanna's Valentine's Day Valentine's Day parade. Hey yo. But yeah, if you want to plug Emo Nite, anything that's coming up, any merch, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff, go for it here. It's a lot of pressure.
I mean, all of it. I mean, follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Emo Nite is doing Coachella. Like, I don't get to be part of it, but Emo Nite LA is playing Coachella.
We'll talk about that.
So that's a big deal. But yeah, we have that one coming up. Our next one is actually an out of town one. It's on the 10th in Kansas City at the Riot Room. And then we play Minneapolis for the first time ever, January 31st.
Moving on up.
So yeah, we're taking
Literally.
over that market. We actually have 2 new markets this year, Minneapolis and Sioux Falls. So,
Sioux Falls.
Yeah.
Yeah, Austin just went up to that party in Sioux Falls, maybe scouting it.
We did, yeah. No, we had a really good time. It was a lot of fun.
It looked fun. Well, that's all. Happy New Year. This is
Happy New Year.
the first one, episode 19, and peace until the next one.